It's sort of like that thing that they did with Shia Labeouf when he had that website.
Oh, yeah, and 4chan got to the bottom of it.
He will not replace, or he will not divide us.
Yeah. And then they use like flight patterns and shit. Yeah.
It was the most brilliant thing that anyone's ever done.
It's weaponized autism. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Do it! Just do it!
In 2016 and 2017, the folks of 4chan systematically trolled with Shia Labeouf and his He Will Not Divide Us art protest project. The project first started with Labeouf setting up a webcam in New York. It was supposed to be a permanent live feed for the duration of Trump's presidency, one where people could look into the camera and chant the saying, "He will not divide us." This obviously did not end well. It got pretty heated. Several times the actor screamed in the face of Trump supporters.
Not divide us. He will not divide us. Not divide us.
Pepe! Pepe! Hold it, Pepe!
He will not divide us. He will not divide us.
He will not divide us. Pepe! He will not divide us.
He will not divide us.
He will not divide us.
Who's that, little speaker? Whose speaker is that? Oh shit.
He will never divide us. He will not divide us.
Must ensure the existence of the white people on
He will
face.
not divide us. He will 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 not divide us.
Dude, you're being a piece like fucking cheese.
He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not divide us.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
This all culminated in Labeouf being arrested and charged with assault and harassment. The non-stop bullshit surrounding his art project seemingly got to some people, and it was shut down by the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, where it was located. Shia, ever the trooper, carried on with a new He Will Not Divide Us project. But instead of vanquishing the trolls, he started the most intense game of capture the flag ever. This was covered in a legendary video series by the Internet Historian YouTube channel.
After defeat on the battlefields of New York and New Mexico, Shia headed to a new hidden location. No more chanting or interaction. This latest exhibit would just be a flag waving arrogantly in front of a camera. There were no landmarks, no scenery, no clues at all to its whereabouts. It would be impossible to find, and nothing could stop the broadcast. Checkmate. And this would allow Shia to act smug for the next 4 to 8 years. That is, unless Pol's agents could find a way to track it down. Challenge accepted. It was to be the greatest game of capture the flag ever. Pol began organizing. They set about gathering all the information they could on the local environment, trying to match up cloud, wind patterns, and ambient noise. Because it was a live stream, they could match the time of sunset to quickly discern that the flag was somewhere in the Eastern time zone. That's 2/3 of the country ruled out in one move. Others began looking into intel about Shia's whereabouts, as it was highly likely that he was present for the raising of the flag itself. As time went on, distinct noises could be heard in the background, the croaking of frogs, suggesting water nearby. Then, the second big break. In the distance, just faintly, 2 jet streams. Pol quickly opened a live feed of all of the air traffic across the eastern seaboard, but identifying these two lines, amongst all of this, would be a challenge. Meanwhile, social media trackers found this post. At a small town diner in Tennessee, this waitress couldn't help but brag about her run-in with Shia. It was another big break. TMZ also reported that Shia had been seen fly fishing in the area. The search was closing in on Greenville, Tennessee. The hunt was moving much faster now. According to the aviation team, 2 more planes would soon be flying overhead. If they could be spotted on the live stream, Pol would have confirmation. Bingo. To further narrow down the search area, the aviation team started charting all of the flight paths of spotted planes. But they still needed more information, and as day turned to night, they got it. Pol's astronomy division used the constellations to narrow down the angle and rough position of the camera. With this, the flight paths, and some advanced trigonometry, the candidate area had been reduced way down. Further confirmation from weather satellites backed up the claim as an agent was dispatched to the scene. As he drew close, he started honking the horn, while viewers of the live stream gave feedback as it got louder. A few minutes later, target sighted. But he couldn't just head in during broad daylight and risk Shia's wrath. Instead, he had to wait for the cloak of night. In the meanwhile, Pol got to work devising an infiltration strategy. A few hours later, the flag came down, and a MAGA hat and shirt went up. It was a beautiful moment, and it all took place on the live stream. Pol's Central Intelligence Agency had clocked Windu Season 3 in 38 hours and 14 minutes, and poor Shia was divided for a third time. Could he ever recover? Could this be the end?
In September of 2015, users of the internet site 4chan started a campaign against the Islamic State. At the start of spring 2016, the Syrian war was as intense as ever, and the Syrian regime, ISIS, rebel groups, but also the United States and Russian military, were all still actively involved in the complex conflict. In the vast desert, rebel positions were often hard to locate. Sometimes, however, you just have to let the internet do its magic. This is the story of how 4chan forum members came together to locate a rebel base in Syria and coordinated an airstrike with the Russian military. The story starts on May 30th, 2016, when a user shared a YouTube video of a rebel training camp in northern Hama in Syria. The user called upon SG to help find the exact location of the base in the video. SG refers to Syria General, a 4chan board discussing many topics about Syria. Quickly after the original post, many 4chan members joined the search and uncovered very detailed information about the site. The first thing that they pointed out were the power lines visible in the distance. One user provided a blueprint with detailed measurements which gave the members a good base to start searching with. They then estimated the size of the structures so that they could get a sense of distance. After scouting out other structures in the video, comparing structures and their respective distances in Google Earth and the video, they eventually found a location that had to be the rebel base. Another user who helped in the search shared their findings with a Twitter user named Ivan Sidorenko, who is a friend of Russia's Ministry of Defense, and who can call in airstrikes. To the surprise of the 4chan members, it did not take long for Ivan Sidorenko to share the information with the command of the Russian military in Syria. Just hours later, Russian forces conducted an airstrike on the exact positions shared by the 4chan members.
On the 30th of May 2016, Paul's SG helped Russia strike terrorists in Syria. We found new rebel training video on YouTube, and so we decided to locate it on Google Earth. Rebel training camp in northern Hama. Can we find it, SG? There is a power grid visible in the video pic related. There are 2 videos of the camp. Does anyone know what's the height of these power grids, or I could calculate the distance from the mast to the camp with that info. At the images I see says that is something around 100 to 150 foot, maybe 40 meters is a good guess. I found this place but still verifying. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start north of Latamana. This looks like it. Dug up semicircle driving area, transmission tower. Seems similar. Again 1, 2, 3. This is starting to look promising. Yes, this might be it. Oh baby, this might be the break we have been looking for. Are we heroes now? Another take from the same angle. 5 beams. 5 lines. Pretty certain that's the spot. Someone send it to Ivan. Bingo, send this into Ivan, we're doing another airstrike. Ivan is a friend of Russia's Ministry of Defense who can call in airstrikes on terrorists. Ivan responded, hey, I think SG found the right place this time. What's the coordinates? Never mind, I got them. Let us know if that is the right spot, it sure looks like it. Done, thanks. He confirmed it's happening, guys. Holy fuck, we did it. Long live. Beyond comfy right now, just waiting for the news.
Target acquired.
Now let's wait for the fireworks. Gonna go tell mommy we killed some terrorists on the internet today. I fucking love Paul.
Russia says it struck 10 more ISIL targets in Syria after vowing to step up its aerial bombardment. A terrorist training camp and a suicide bout factory were among the sites hit, according to defense officials. Moscow says its aim is to weaken the so-called Islamic State militants.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more must-see videos.